The East African nation of Kenya is ready to roll out the royal carpet in anticipation of King Charles and Queen Camilla's first African tour as a monarch. Buckingham Palace says the king will acknowledge painful aspects of the UK's relationship with Kenya during the state visit. The trip coincides with the country celebrating the 60th anniversary of its independence from Britain. Kenyans consider the MauMau rebellion to be one of the most significant steps towards the end of British rule in Kenya.
It was this announcement of Kenya's foreign ministry that broke the news of the visit of the new UK monarch to the East African nation.
Neil and myself are honored to bring to the attention of the country and the international community the forthcoming visit of His Majesty King Charles III and Her Majesty Queen Camilla to the Republic of Kenya. This will be His Majesty's first visit to a Commonwealth country since their inauguration.
The visit follows an invitation from the country's President William Ruto, whose country will celebrate the 60th anniversary of its independence from Britain on 12th of December. While King Charles is in Kenya, he plans to do some of the things he usually does on his trips at home or abroad. Check out local conservation efforts, meet young people, and promote entrepreneurship. But Charles's visit to a Commonwealth country as a monarch will also, as Buckingham Palace said, acknowledge the more painful aspects of the UK and Kenya's shared history. That includes the violent and bloody MauMau uprising in the 1950s. In doing so, Charles may send further signals about how the monarchy will try to answer critical questions it faces amid a broader reckoning in our world with history and the impacts of colonialism. The MauMau uprising is seen as a key turning point in Kenyan history and a significant step on the country's road to independence from British rule in 1963. The possibility that Charles may make a statement on the MauMau uprising may show other countries that the UK can address issues from its colonial past.
The visit will also acknowledge the painful aspects of the UK and Kenya's shared history, including the emergency between 1952 and 1960. His Majesty will take time during the visit to deepen his understanding of the wrongs suffered in this period by the people of Kenya.
But another problem awaits the king. Residents in central Kenya denounced a lack of compensation over a devastating 2021 fire that broke out during a British military exercise. A Kenyan court had ordered the British Army to pay compensation for the blaze, which ravaged more than 4,800 hectares, that is 12,000 acres of land, during a military exercise conducted by the British Army Training Unit in Kenya. The unit is based near the town of Nanyuki, some 200 kilometers, around 120 miles north of the capital, Nairobi.
You might be surprised to find out that his troops on the ground here continue to treat Kenya like a colonial outpost, where they can quite literally get away with murder and destruction. Our hope is that he will not have to visit again in a few years' time to make further apologies directly to us for modern-day crimes committed by his armed forces.
While Charles will be reflecting on that history, there is also the sense that the visit is in ways looking ahead and continuing a post-Brexit trend in British foreign policy that seemed to emerge with his recent visits to Germany and France. Beyond foreign policy implications, the visit could have personal resonance for Charles. He's been to Kenya 4 times. It is also the country where in 1952, his mother, then Princess Elizabeth, learned her father had died and she had become queen. The MauMau armed movement was fueled by the resentment some members of the Kikuyu tribe felt towards their British rulers and European settlers who farmed land in Kenya, as well as at a lack of political representation. The two countries have enjoyed a close relationship in recent years, despite the violent colonial legacy of the 1950s uprising, which led to a period known as the Emergency that ran from 1952 until 1960. The Kenya Human Rights Commission said 90,000 people were executed, tortured or maimed during the British administration's counterinsurgency operation. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.